25. Yes, and the news is that SA Technologies have won the toss and they will bowl first. So recovery room will be taking first lease. Both teams were chasing when they won their games. Well, no, recovery room basically batted first and went in, came into the semi-finals. And it will be Rusanda Gamage and Sadil Winje, the two openers. So slight change. Rusanda Gamage didn't open in that first game, in the quarter-final. But looking for some stability. Yasha Navishka, the opening bowler. The winner of this game will march into the finals, which will be played at CCC grounds under lights today around 6 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. That's Rusanda Gamage, highest score of 100. So no 50s, so which means he passes 50, he gets to 100. Beautiful delivery, beautiful shot down the grounds. First boundary, the first runs for the recovery room. And they've on the board, on the road, I would say, with a boundary. Gamage opens his account with a boundary. Very safe shot over the bowler's head. No fielders in that region. Let's see, there we go. 2-3 bouncers and into the fence. Good start there for Rusanda Gamage. And this is a very good cricket there at the boundary, and then immediately a very good delivery. Plays it with soft hands and goes for a single. So semi-final time, they'll need want to get something well, the region of 80 to 100 runs. Sadil Winje. Sadil off the mark in his first delivery. So positive start by the two openers. Yasha Navishka. 76 wickets. Best of 4 for 40. He's not been able to get into that 5-wicket column, but 7 times has more than 3 wickets in an innings. And you see some swing there, ball coming into the left-hander. Gamage equally to the task. Plays it with soft hands for a single. Now that one down the leg side. Given as leg buys. I think the batsman thought that he missed out on a good chance of scoring some runs. So first over gone, it's 8 for no loss.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු
CDBFD
දැන් කොහොමද
CDBFD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So it's Jayad Amar Singh to start from pavilion end. Ball into Sadil Winje. Left arm spin Jayada. So the fielder's sitting back on the 30th circle, so easy single there. Sadil getting off strike, bringing Rosanda into the striker's end. Jayada Amarasena. Rosanda Gamage trying to go over the top. It's a thick outside edge in the air, but luckily didn't go to that third fielder's hands. This has been the problem for Rosanda. Sometimes they looked unsettled. Tries to go over the top, doesn't read the length. Again, slapped it over the bowler's head. That's 6. That was like a tennis shot. A pull over the bowler's head. A shot, went on the back foot, pulled it over the bowler's head. It was the side screen for 6. There we see. Straight onto the covers. So that's the first 6 of this game. And Rosanda again, this time, fielder getting under it. With the sun in his face, he drops it. Took it. Was pedaling backwards. Gamagale giving a charmed life. That should have been taken. Fielder got under it. Read it well. And went the right way, the reverse cup, but just couldn't hold on to it. So Rosanda on 15 now. 10 runs in this over with 1 ball left. It was a good start by the recovery room. Shot pulled again. Again, this time the fielder pedaling back, hangs on to it. So the first wicket down for recovery room. Sadil Winjaya couldn't clear that infield. There we see. Shot, but ball was rising and he couldn't control it. Good catch. Was steady. And Sadil walking back. Manendra Jayatilaka bowled Janoda Amarasena for just 2 runs of 4 deliveries. And the score is 18 for 1.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDBFD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDBFD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So Janidu Nandasena, the new batsman, walking in. So Jana that finished. This is Dilshan, the new bowler. Janidu Madhuwanta. There we see Janidu Madhuwanta, best bowling of 5 for 13. That's 22 wickets, 1 5-wicket haul and 2 3-wicket hauls. Economy is 6.96. Shot. Once again, Rosanda going on the back foot. Playing it with the horizontal bat towards the long off fielder. So again, the new ball getting some lift of the surface of this matting. This time running with the shot. The ground just for a single. And has some experience. He knows just need to keep it rotating. And when you get the loose delivery, put it away. Again, it was straight to the fielder, but both batsmen one call and they ran. Sena, lots of runs. Highest been 115, has 250s and 100 to his name. So all these are good bats. Nice shot down the ground. Good bit of fielding. Got to the ball quickly and fired that return into the wicket keeper's end. So Kamake now moving on to 18 off 11. See all singles in each delivery. And going for that reverse sweep. Still just the one run. Expensive shot, but the one run. 3 overs gone, it's 24 for 1.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDBFD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDBFD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
The two teams, Sandaru Gamage from that's the recovery room, Janit Dasanayaka, Jason Harding, Kavin Kanagaraja, Sadil Vinjaya, Saviru Piris, Vishal Rukshan, Abhilash Chavellalage, Chandri Jayatilaka, Janit Nandasena. And Rusanda Gamage. SC Technology Kevin Pereira, Chamudratnayaka, Dilshan Madhuanta, Janoda Amarasena, Lasanta, Kamalal, Mahoshad, Fernando, Manindra Jayatilaka, Risita Isira, Saviru Tulana Sark, and Yasas Avishka. Decent start here for the recovery room after being put into bat first. Most teams, I think, would like to chase to know what your target is. Again, moving the front foot away and trying to go over the top again. Played a little too early. Rusana Gamage also under 19 player. Not sure what he's trying to do here. Manindra Jayatilaka. You see, delaying his action a bit, pausing before delivering to see what the batsman is trying to do. Just one delivery left in this fourth over. At 27. See, there are no ball, is it? Yes, and a free hit. That's Cardinal error. I think the fielders, the extra fielders outside the circle. This could go anywhere. Comes out down the track. In there. Does well. Doesn't matter even if he caught it. It would not been a wicket. So he made sure that he brought it in. Not letting it go over to the ropes. Missed out on the golden opportunity to get some runs. Come again, has moved on along to 20 of just 14. This one is in there. And the fielder getting under it. That's wicket number 2. And Janithu Nandasen has to walk back. I was looking to hit it onto the leg side, I would say. Bat came across. I think that's where he lost some power. He has to walk back. That's Janithu Nandasen caught. Yashan Avishka bowled Jayatilaka for just 5 runs. Chandri Jayatilaka, the new batsman. After 4 overs, it's 29 for 2. Vidyashan Madhwanta to bowl his second. None for 6. Chandri Jayatilaka. 157.5 strike rate, highest of 81. Not out. Has 2 50s. Boy, how would you like to have at that another 50 to that tally? Here we see that was the earlier one that was off the free hit, and then this one no free hit, and he takes the catch. And straight away swinging at it, still just the 1 run. And down the track, Sandakamage. Another 6. So now dealing in 6ers. Safest place to go. Straight down the ground. As long as you can clear it. No chance for the field. 37 now on the board. Managed to get a single to deep extra cover. It's 9 runs in 4 deliveries. Pretty good over for the recovery room. Does a wild swing. Wide outside the off stump. Not sure where Chandri was trying to hit that ball. The projected score of 79. I think they'll be looking at getting something more than that in the semi-final. And what happened there? Chance gone a begging. The wicket keeper couldn't gather the ball. And it's 5 overs done. 38 for 2.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
If they can get to around, let's say, 90 runs, open their shoulder, because they do have Rushan Gamage, the former under-19 player, at the wickets, batting on 28 of 17 deliveries, they could be in business as far as this particular quarterfinal is concerned, I reckon. Mahendra, in he goes, outside the off stump, giving him room, plays it rather uppishly, but over the fieldsman at deep extra cover. Batsman will go through for a couple of runs. I'm sorry, the man at short extra cover, not deep extra cover. A couple of runs, that's a good looking stroke. You should not feed him there. Young Mahendra, try to get him, don't bowl short, because he's going to punch you off the back foot. In he comes, Mahendra, right arm around the stump, short yet again, and this time punched rather uppishly, and a possible dismissal when goes a begging. Let's watch it. Did it carry to the fieldsman at deep extra cover? We'll have a look at it on the replay. There we go. Short as usual. He's been bowling short. That takes the thin outside edge. In the air, balloon for some time. That should have been taken. That's a chance going a begging. And he could pay for it now. Now that's put away for a glorious 6. I mean, add salt to the wound. Simple as that. I mean, you had the batter out at short extra cover. You butterfinger that catch, and the next ball, look at that. He picks it from outside the off stump and thumps you over the cow corner for a glorious 6. This is very good batting, in all honesty. Right. Seta on a roll. That's technology is on a roll here. 47 for 2. Round the stump, short again, played rather uppishly, and let's wait and see. That's another 6. Beautiful batting. You dropped him and he comes and thumps you for 2 more 6s in the very next 2 balls you bowl. That's the name of the game. You need to try and bowl it closer to the batsman's body. Try and beat him on the eye line. It's easily said than done, I understand, but then when you start bowling short deliveries, they'll start punching you. Mahendra, right arm. Yeah, that was in the slot, driven very firmly, but there is a fieldsman at deep mid on. Oh no, he's been caught. He's been caught. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that that ball was in the air. So that is a sigh of relief. Just watch it. Yep, beat him on the eye line. He picked it off the middle stump. Yep, that was easy pickings. Yep, that is gone. So there we go. The third wicket being taken, and TRR will bother a little bit because their informed batter is heading towards Arnab. It's the informed batter still at the wickets. Like end of the day, they are losing a wicket in the 6th over. But Rushindi Gamage, 31 of 19 deliveries at the wickets, is going to make a world of difference.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Right, we have the new batsman in, Saviru Piris. This is getting very interesting here at the MCA as we are getting into the closer orders towards the finals. Savarul Pirish waits for it and just tucks it away to mid-wicket. He'll get a single off that. So a very eventful over, in all honesty. And look what's happened. Is it a run out? What is happening? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it is a run out. Now, I just can't understand as to where the second run was going to be stitched from. Look at that, right? Good bit of fielding. The throw coming in to the... That is a direct hit. Obviously, the umpire had absolutely no problem. So goes wicket number 4. And I think this will worry TRR a little bit, because they've lost 2 wickets in 2 deliveries. And Pirish didn't bother to disturb the scorers much, I reckon. Right. Projected score is 90. Vishal Rukshan at the wickets now. .54 for 4. We are having a little bit of confusion in here. We'll try and sort it out as soon as possible. The current run rate is 9 runs per over. They need to maintain that and try and push it to about 10. So there you go. The projected score is 90. But that run out has made a world of difference. The informed batter being sent back to the hutch is not what the doctor ordered for at this stage of the game. Right, the highest 64 for Saviru Pirish, who's at the wickets. He'll have to try and do the damage control. Otherwise, they won't think of reaching their target of 90, which I think right now should be the minimum they should look at. Amarasekara then into Rukshan. Plays it very neatly, square on the offside, opens the face of the bat, opens his shoulders as well. Plays it through the line, gets himself a single, gets off strike, gets off the mark. 55 for 4, 7th over in progress here at the MCA grounds on a bright and a sunny Sunday afternoon here in the city of Colombo. Wherever you're watching it from, there's plenty of excitement in this game, that's for sure. Reminds me of the good old days where you get the your stump mark from the umpire and you scratch it with a piece of chalk. You do that in a matting, but it's very rarely done now because most of the matches are played on turf wickets. Right, settles over his bat. Pirish. Amarasekara outside the leg stump and didn't get back to it, but the umpires called that a wide. Couple of runs. Now these are runs they should try and stop leaking, because you're into over number 7. You got 2 wickets in the last over. You got the informed batsman run out. That's Gamage, the former under-19 Sri Lankan batter. You got 2 fresh legs or 2 new batters at the wickets. You need to try and apply the pressure. That's above the eye line. Watches it very closely, drives it firmly to the man at deep mid off. A single for the taking, obviously. And the score rattling along to 59 for the loss of 4 wickets. Just giving you the projected score 93. If they can get to 93, well, I think they'll be a happy bunch. Jayada Amarasekara, full toss. Tucked away very easily to mid-wicket. That will get him a single. Score moves on to 60. I think the bowlers are bowling such line and lengths that you're allowing the batter to rotate the strike, you know, without any effort. They're playing risk-free cricket and they're rotating the strike. This is what you should try and avoid. That's a good delivery. On target, outside the off stump, the batter had to lunge at it. Did take the outside edge, balloon in the air, but then of course to the vacant arena because there's no short extra cover to grab that catch. All's well that ends well, but then 4, let me see, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs in this over. Ball number 5. Technologies. Oh, that's very well played. Waited for it, opened the face of the bat, but then straight to the man at back of the point. Nevertheless, the running has been very good between the wickets. They are running well between the wickets. They are not not rotating the strike. Every given opportunity, they are rotating the strike. As the project score also dips down to 91. Oh, that's taken on the half volley, driven very firmly, but then there is a fieldsman. A deep extra cover, so that to be content with just one run. That does mark the end of the over. Over number 7, 63 for 4, TRR.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Welcome back. 7 overs, ball 63 for 4. And work cut out, I reckon. Absolutely cut out here for Technologies, who've taken first lease of this wicket on a sunny and a bright afternoon here at the MCA. Here in Colombo 7. Our location is just near the SSC. And in the vicinity is the DSN NACA grounds as well. Had an opportunity of saying hello to one of my old commentators, I would say one of my oldest friends in the commentary box, Eric Gowder, a short while ago. But here is Chamod, right arm mode, outside the off stump. Now look at that. In the tramp line, in between the tramp line, so it's not been signalled wide. I mean, he got the batsman stretching at it. Let's see what he's trying to do now. Outside the off stump. He's bowling with a pan. That's a plan. He's picked up from outside the off stump and punched down the ground. That'll be 4 runs. This is very good batting. I mean, he's dropping it short outside the off stump, and the batter slanting his bat and playing it square towards the cow corner. Wonderful to watch. Just watch that ball sail away safely for 4 more runs. So 67 for 4. Pires on 8. He's no bug with the bat, because when you saw his statistics, you sort of could have eyeballed the fact that he made 68 runs, his highest score in this format of the game. Chamod, right arm over the stump, short yet again. And this time trying to back cut that. Played it obviously away from the body, but stretching at it. But end of the day, the bowler will be happy with a dot ball. In he goes. And this time he's taken on the half volley. Where is it going? It's going nowhere other than to the long on fence for another glorious 6. This is very good batting. Chamod has leaked 10 runs so far. Watch that. He picks it up from outside the off stump, goes through with the stroke, and that's sailed all the way. This is very good batting. Excellent. Excellent arm strength, I dare say. So Pires 14 off 8 balls. Ball number 5. Good delivery. That beat him just outside the off stump. The wicket keeper whips off the bails, but then no damage done. The batsman well within the popping crease. The only glory that the bowler gets is that it's that was a stumping chance. I think the wicket keeper made an ash of it. Has he done it again? We'll wait for the umpire's signal. Where was his back foot? It was on the popping crease. And remember, the popping crease belongs to the umpire. So wicket number 5 goes 73 for 5 as we take a short commercial break.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Welcome back. 73 for 5. TRR against Technologies. 2 more overs to go. Are we looking at 90 as a target, or are we looking at 95 as a target? I really feel that TRR, knowing the strengths of what technologists can do with the bat, should go look at the possibilities, get a little bit optimistic. They've got the wickets in hand. Look at between 95 and 100. That could be the winning target. Gamage at the wickets now. Look at his statistics. He's got the highest score of 49. This kid can bat, that's for sure. Strike rate of 90. Yashan into Rukshan. That's picked up on the half volley and punched down the ground, just bouncing inside the boundary line for 4 more. This is very good batting. Excellent batting. He knew there was the gap at deep mid on. Deep mid off, more towards the long on fence. Watch it. Where he picks it up from. Brilliantly done. Well played, sir. 4 more to the total. So I think the target of 95 to 100 becoming more of a reality. Yashan to Vishal Rukshan. Well, the bowler stops. Batsman not ready. Could be very annoying on a hot day when you're running in all the way. Even if you're a medium pacer or any type of bowler, be it even a spinner. When the batsman draws out, you feel a little bit of your energy being zapped. In he goes, bowls. Outside the off stump, that's a good delivery. Fuller in line, Fuller in length. Got the batter to try and dig at it from outside the off stump. The 4th stump line. He tried to sort of open the face of the bat and run it down to back of the point. Didn't make contact. Straight to the wicket keeper. No run. Enthusiasm at its best. Left-hand batter at the wickets now. In goes Yashan. What can he do off this ball? That's played rather uppishly in the air for a while, but then falling. And that's the run they'll take with lots of pleasure. 1 by. Doesn't matter how it comes, as long as it comes, period. 79 for 5 wickets. 2 more balls to be delivered in this over. Yashan. Can he bowl another dot delivery? Played rather uppishly, but then falls just in front of the fieldsman at short extra cover. Got an over to go. Got 1 more delivery to go. 80 for 5. I really target-based this score to be 95 because that looks the winning target. Now, our projected score looks 91. If you look at it on your screens, we have it for you. Let's see what Yashan does with this last ball of his over. Oh, it's played rather uppishly in the air for a while, and that's been middle muddle there. The batsman will take a couple of runs. Now, you need to take those catches, mate. You have to take those catches. It's catchable. He was at deep fine leg. The ball in the air for a while. Those are the catches that are going to win the matches for you. That's for sure. 82 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of 9 overs. Watch it on the replay. Basically a reverse sweep. A reverse hop almost. A switch hit as you call it. That catch should have been taken. Right, we'll take a short break now for commercials and get right back to you for the last over.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
$82 for 5. 9 overs gone by. Shamod Ratnayaka to bowl the final over for his team. TRR 82 for 5. Can the technologies restrict TRR for 90? Outside the off stump, bowled across the angle, bowled across in an angle away from the left-hander. That's good bowling. Goes as a dot delivery. Used in the angle on that occasion. Brilliant. Shamod, right arm. Over the stumps, that's tucked away to short fine leg. Batsman will easily go for a single. rotation of strike is important. Now, we were talking about a target of around, let's say, 95. Doesn't look a reality. They need to now start opening their shoulders, that's for sure. Chamod. Yeah, wild swing. They go through for a single. Bat not getting to ball, and this is becoming a shade tight here. 85 for the loss of 5 wickets. Let's watch it on the replay. Look at that. Wild swing. Didn't get back to it. And the wicketkeeper too, trying to get a run out, unsuccessful. And that's played rather uppishly, a bit of misfielding. It'll go down to the boundary for 4 runs. Now you can't do that. You just watch that. We'll watch it on the replay. And I'll tell you why. These are vital runs that's being leaked at the wrong time, because this is the last over. Look at that. Switch hit. Now that should have been fielded. Look at that. And he lets that ball go through to the fence. Well, that's poor fielding in all honesty. 89 for 5. Down the track, played rather uppishly. And 4 more. This is very good batting indeed. I think technologies are throwing it away a little bit here. They're bowling too loose. Altogether, 10 runs in this over. Pretty expensive given the context of the game. Right, 93 for 5. 2 more balls in the final over. Chamod Ratnayaka. In he goes, right arm. Have to keep it tight. He's been a bit expensive, especially in the last over. Right arm. Over the stumps. That's tucked away beautifully. Played it very late. Will get a single. So, the score rattles along to 94. So, I think my projected score of 95 has become almost a reality. The target is now 95. It all depends as to how, whether the last ball is legal or whether it's not legal. Let's see what happens. Well, that's in line with the off stump, but that's put away very, very firmly. My God, he's overrun the ball. And the batsman, well, I'm surprised they're content with just 1 run. So that with 2 runs, very well done indeed. So 96 for the loss of 5 wickets. The target being 97 in 10 overs. We saw some exciting batsmanship. I'll come back to that wonderful innings that Gamage scored. But I think that run out, a direct hit, simply turned the things around in favor of technologies. But technologies, I think in the last over, now they're huddled up there, I can see in the middle, made a little bit of an ash of the last over because they conceded plenty of runs, and it's 96 for 5. Right, we'll be having a look at the summary as well on our presentation. Beautiful skyline. Here we come with the batting card. Okay, there you are. That is Gamage, the under-19 player. 31 runs off 19 deliveries, 2 massive sixes and a 4. 163 the strike rate. Down the order, everyone got in a little bit, got out a little bit, I just thought. But I think not much of support for the youngster. And we did have Vishak Rukshan making 18 of 11 deliveries. Good contribution because he scored 3 boundaries and a good strike rate of 163.6. And any strike rate above 140 in this version is good. Shuan Piris as well, 14 runs off 10 deliveries. 96 for 5, the score. Here is the bowling card. There we go. 2 for 21 for Mahendra Jayatilaka. Pretty expensive, the rest of the bowlers. 96 for 5. Now let's wait for the highlight package. We do have the highlight package coming up. That's down the ground. Beautifully stroked for 4 runs. The next one, short, punched. That will get him a huge 6. And the next delivery taken on the half volley. Worked square on the offside, but in the air and a drop catch. Can't do that. The next delivery being Beautifully taken on the back foot, tried to get over that fieldsman at wide mid-on. And there is another drop catch. I mean, catches have just gone down a little too much, but that was taken well. Beautifully taken. And here is another stroke that is brilliant to watch. Wonderful placement. And this 6 is something I really enjoyed. Oh no, dropped. I'm sorry, I think I looked at the wrong delivery. This is a 6, I'm telling you, which was massive. One more time again. And a few loose deliveries. And the score went along brilliantly. Right, that's it on the highlight package. We'll take a short break, and when you come back, it'll be Michael to take you through the first 5 overs. Remember the target being 96. Be in our company. We're going for a break. Come right back with Michael.
So we are back for this second innings in the first semi-final. And recovery room between recovery room and SA Technologies. SA Technologies winning the toss and inviting recovery room to bat first. Recovery room getting 95 in their 10 overs. So 96 the target. That'll be quite stiff. A very good total. And it'll be Kavin Kanagaraja. Saviru Satnidu has 150 to his name, highest of 79. And Lasanta Kamalal, his partner. Saviru will be taking strike in pursuit of there we see Kavin Kanagaraja, the tall bowler, has 15 wickets, best of 3 for 6. I feel he can do a lot more with that height. Just ambles in. You see, even the run up, very gingerly run up, gets a lot of bounce. Feel he can use his shoulders more, generate a bit more pace. Will be deadly with a little more pace and that height. Ball coming from even higher. And on this matting track, it'd be hard to play him. So first runs on the board. Saviru off the mark in the first delivery. There is this one shot pulled. Shy at the stumps, needed a direct hit. Been a few direct hits, have been a few misses. See that run, gone for money well. The bowler, that should have been wicket number 1. Just couldn't get it. And now he's injured. Throw coming in a little quicker. Well, these are the little things that as a fielding side you can improve. You need to either throw it on the bounce so that it's easier for the field or the bowler to gather it, or you need to lob it in, not throw it hard at the bowler's hands. Lasanta Kamalal has a highest score of 81 and a strike rate of 122, and he'll need that strike rate today if he's to get any runs anywhere close to this target. So far it's been all singles. So 94 required in 57. Quite a stiff total. A very good total posted by the recovery room. That one shot and slapped over the bowler's head. That's out of here. So we'll need another ball. The first 6 of the innings. And goes quite a long way towards the side, over the side screen. Those hoardings, and I'm sure it's into that next garden. But referee will have to bring out another ball, I'm sure. So its score has moved on to 9. And the first 3 deliveries were quiet. And then suddenly, bang, it goes out of the ground. So we have managed to get the ball again. And immediately that required rate coming down now. It's 88 of 56. Still need a few more of those blows. Get that required rate towards a runner ball. Make it safe for them. So now suddenly it has become 9 runs of 4 deliveries. just ambling in. Again short, pulled uppishly, and that is the first wicket. It's not easy to play the pull shot on this track, especially when a bowler of that nature, height, he gets a lot of bounce. Ball is rising. And of this particular matting, you've seen the ball rise above a lot of expectations of the batsman. There we see, oh, and the balls came in. So there's no control at all. And one of the easiest catches the field would have taken. So first wicket down, 1 for 9, chasing 96.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So it's Manindra Jayatilaka, the new batsman, right-hander replacing a right-hander. One delivery in this first over left. You can see he's got a 5 50s and 100. 125 is highest. And boy, can he strike that ball. 149 is his strike rate. That run played gently, running it down where slip would be. Single to get off the mark. And end of the first over. Technologies have moved on to 10 for 1.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So it's Vellalage, Abhilash Vellalage, bowled from the pavilion end, which he did in the morning as well. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over, picked up a wicket in his first delivery. That's Abhilash Vellalage, 3 wickets for 11, best. Not sure whether it was in this previous game. He picked up 3 wickets. 17 wickets from a Pete-Ride fast bowler. Again, change of pace. Can see him quite good with that. But not lucky this time to get a wicket in his first delivery. Again, slower delivery. Oh, that was in there for some time. Thought the field would have got under it, but made a hash of it and gave an extra run. Single, I thought that could have gone to hand. Taking a thick edge. Then making a mess of it. There again, you can see batsman coming down the track. And Vellalage even smarter, even slowing it down more. Make it not easy for the batsman. Swing it out of the ground. Doesn't make contact. That run read the slow ball well. And what a brilliant catch. That just flew backwards. What a catch. That's the end of second wicket. There we see slower delivery, very, very slow. Had to take it from outside off. And look at that. Ball was going way over his head. Timed his jump. And got both hands to it. What a catch. Could have easily gone over him. Did everything well. Kept his eyes on the ball. Kept going back. And then timed his jump to perfection. So 2 down, 2 for 11 in pursuit of 97 runs.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So Yasha Navishka, the new batsman. And now that net required run rate going about 10. And when that happens, a bit of panic sets in to the batting unit. Oh, that should be extra runs. Not sure whether the umpire saw that. But that ball hitting his cap. That should be 5 penalty runs. The fielder, as now the umpires are discussing, is it? The cap fell on the ground and the ball touched it, so that should be 5 penalty runs. Not quite sure whether they noticed that. Yes, they're discussing it. This is not sure whether they know the rule. But definitely the ball touched the cap on the ground. See this.
That's bloody 5 runs, no matter.
There?
Oh, that's 5 runs. Nothing to discuss.
Well, I don't see what the umpires are taking so long, but that clearly touched the cap. And he's still having the cap with the ball in the hand. So clearly the fielder doesn't know the rule. The umpires discussing should be 5 penalty runs.
100%. How many overs have done? But I can 1 point. 3 overs to go. I can put a small buddy punt.
So well, they're walking back. Interesting to see, but looks like just given as 1 run. Not sure what the MCA law is, but certainly the MCC law, playing condition, that is 5 runs. Could that be the difference in the end of the total? Oh, what a catch! What a cotton ball. Tell you what, recovery room, they're just plucking balls out of there. Look at this, not easy. Hit straight back at you. And taking his face away. Both hands. Brilliant stuff here. And this is where you win matches. 12 for 3. Batsman walking back to the pavilion.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Tell you what, Abhilash Vellalage has a knack of picking 2 wickets in his first over. Did it in the previous game and now done it here. This is excellent from Vellalage. 1 over, 2 for 2, and it's 12 for 3 after 2 overs. Ishan Avishka. That was the previous batsman. Strike rate pretty low, 65. Dilshan Madhuvanta is the new batsman. There we see 150. Good strike rate of 125. 77 as his highest. Driven misfield. Ishan moves into 2. So Vishal Rukshan, the new bowler. Not sure whether it was him who took that blind off a catch at mid-on in the previous over. They end with a plan, 13 for 3. Brilliant, brilliant again. Not sure what these guys have had for lunch, but they're just diving all over the place and the balls are sticking. That's the 4th wicket down. I'll tell you what, 3 brilliant catches. Going down the leg side. Just a fine tickle. Yes, off the middle of the bat that was. Run it down. That was an amazing catch. Covered a lot of ground. And took it. Umpire's finger goes up. So now it's 13 for 4. The new bat has to walk back to the pavilion without troubling the scorers.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD.
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD.
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Yes, so Vishal Rukshan, that's 1 for 1. And these bowlers have a knack of picking up wickets in their first over. Rishita Ishara, highest of 67 and a strike rate of 89. 3 50s to his name. Well, he need one of those 50s here. Add to that tally. Driven down the ground. Batsman coming back for a second. And it's off the mark with a 2. Current required run rate has crept up to 10.93. That's coming up to 11. Not going to be easy. 4 wickets down in the 3rd over. Rukshan. Again, up is just a single, so singles are not going to work for the technology boys. They need to work out how they're going to get the boundaries. Yes, say technologies. And once again, just a single towards the mid-wicket boundary. See that required run rate now going above 11. Just another single to complete that over. Vishal, first over goes for 6 runs, 1 for 6. And the score has moved to 18 for 4 after 3.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD.
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD.
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So this is not. It's going to be even harder now with 4 wickets down. Ilchan Madhuanta was the last man out. Just faced that one delivery. And they straight away bringing Abhilash Velalage again, trying to pick up a couple more wickets. He's got 2 in the first over, 2 for 2. 2 brilliant catches, run by himself. You think he's keeping it up, getting the batsman to drive down the ground. Well, that was a neat shot, but just for 1 run. And a lot of work to do there, run across the wickets. And then here we see those 2 wickets again of Velarage. Brilliant catches. That was the first one. And then this even harder from close range. Ball came back fast. Yeah, we see that slower ball again. He just bowls that like an off spinner. Takes ages to come to you. I'm sure the batsman can play 2 strokes if he wants. That's 77 needed of 39. And they're not going anywhere. They need boundaries to start flowing here. Again, play and a miss. This is really good bowling by Velarage. Just the 4 runs in more than 1.5 overs now. 1.4. Batsman batting way out of his crease, using his feet, and still can't get bat on ball. You see the Shar. Again, you see that ball, that time a cutter. Just rolling his fingers over the ball. And 3 dot balls. Just the 2 singles. What a brilliant spell of bowling this is. 10 over game. He bowled it 2 overs, but just 4 or 5 runs. Can he finish off a duck? Again, swung. Oh, he concedes a boundary. A 6 actually. That was the first one hit of Velarage. Maximum. There was a chance. Waited for it. It was slow. There we see. Yes. No chance. Off the wall. Lucky didn't come back to hit the fielder. 4 was gone. 26 for 4.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
So it'll be Vishal Rukshan continuing. That one straight down the ground over the umpire's head, but not hit with a lot of power. 2 runs to the total. Required run rate now creeping up to the 12-run mark. $28 for 4. Oh, that was going well away. Close call again. If it had hit, that would have been number 5. The batsman had given up. There we see. Missing the stumps. For a big hoik. Missing it completely. Better off playing it down the ground like they did the previous 2 deliveries. To go across and misses it completely. Dot ball, you cannot afford dot balls at this very moment. That one picked it up, drop kick over mid wicket. Bowling it outside the awesome and suddenly changed the line, went straighter and just drop kicked over that into the side nets for a maximum. 36 for 4 now. 10 runs conceded. This one straightish. There was a chance, but fielder couldn't get his hands to it. And another 6. So back-to-back sixers in this over. Vishal Rukshan, a bit expensive. That was a full toss. Tried hard, but it was over. So now it's 42 for 4. And suddenly that required run rate coming down to below 11. Vishal Rukshan not having a good over here. 16 runs off his over. Well, the first over for just 6. Again a full toss. Runs it down. Slight misfield and 2 runs to the total again. So 18 runs in that over. And after 5 overs, it's 46 for 4.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු?
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Welcome back. There we go. The equation is 53 runs in 30 balls. Well, it's getting exciting a little bit. Now, really overawed by some excellent catching by the fielding side. I think they've been highly focused and they've done the right thing. They've really put the pressure actually on the technologies who are 44 for 4. Rukshan, the bowler, was very expensive. 2 overs given the match situation. He got leaked for 24 runs. Now it's Sadil being brought into the attack. And he's had a superb, lovely analysis. Look at that. 3 wickets for 5 runs. Let's see what he can do here. Trying to play across the line. Well, he was very lucky the ball didn't keep low because that could have been an easy target for the umpire to give him an LBW. Let's watch it on the replay. Drifting into him. And luckily it turned away. It's a leg spinner. So the ball will obviously turn away from his pads. And that's been punched down the ground to mid-wicket. But there is a fieldsman in pursuit. Just 1 run and the throw coming to the wicket-keeper's end. 45 runs on the board. The current run rate 8.52. Required run rate looks a little bit threatening. 52 in 28 deliveries. Now they've got to play it very, very smart here. TR in the air for a while, but then falling short of the fieldsman at the cow corner. 1 more run added to the score. 51 runs needed in 27 balls. That's the equation. That's the way to read this game, I reckon. Sadil, the bowler, right arm, quickish leg spin, dances down the track, plays it rather uppishly. But then he can't beat the fieldsman at the sweeper cover arena. So 1 more run to the total. They're taking the runs in singles, which is a bright thing to do at this point in time. Just try and wait for that loose ball, and then you got to improvise outside the off stump. Very well fielded. There again, good rotation of the strike. Keep running. 48 for 4. We are into over number 6 here. Sadil has been pretty, I think, economical, given the status of this game. Is Rishi Isharanen. Work cut out. He's got to be with Ishan Avishka here. Played rather uppishly. Back to the bowler. No run. That does mark the end of over number 6. 48 for 4. 49 runs needed in 25 deliveries is the equation.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Great. Welcome back. 49 runs is the target now from here in. 4 overs to make those 49 runs to go through to the next round. Actually, TRR have their work cut out here. They need to bowl well. They need to try and ensure that they keep it nice and simple. Technology is 48 for 4. Gamage, Rushan Gamage, lots of experience. In he comes. Yes, short. He wouldn't have enjoyed bowling that delivery. Sort of dropped it very short. He's put away into short extra cover arena. As the single starts rolling in. And now at this point in time, I think Technology batter must open their shoulder. Rishan on strike. Down the track. Well, it did take the inside edge and is running away to the third man fence for 4 runs. I would say that is what the doctor ordered for. It doesn't matter how it comes, as long as it comes, and it's come at the right time. Went down the track, the ball took the inside edge of the bat. There's no fieldsman obviously there. And it went down to the boundary for 4 runs. Watch it on the replay. Down the track he comes, lucky to have got back to that ball. And that is, I would say, a welcome boundary for TRR. Here again, runs in, down the track again, and punches it down to the cow corner for a single. 54 for 4. We are into over number 7 here at the MCA. And remember, the target is 97. 43 more in 21 balls. Outside the off stump, picked it up from wide outside the off stump, punches it straight down to the sweeper cover arena. To be content with a single. And I think this particular over, since they got the boundary, and from my viewpoint, they'll need one more big hit in this over, just to keep the home fires burning. Because the required run rate is climbing higher and higher. Works it away, but then there is a fieldsman at third man arena. Just the cleaning up job, but the batsman go through for a single. So this over, altogether 5, 6, 7, 8 runs has been completed, has been conceded. In he comes, right arm, short, and that's in the air for a while. Falling safe though. Try to slap it from outside the off stump. Gets a single. That does mark the end of over number 7. 57 for 4. 40 runs adrift. And 40 runs is needed in 18 deliveries.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Welcome back. 57 for 4, the equation. There we go. 40 runs needed in 18 balls. Rishti Ishara is at the wickets on 18. And Avishka now taking strike on 27. Sadil Winjaya, very economical in the first over. He just conceded 4 runs. Can he keep it nice and tight? And if he can keep this over nice and tight, then I reckon TRR will be looking at the possibilities of wrapping this up. It all depends as to how this over goes. So it's a very, very important over. That's for sure. In he comes, bowls. Flighted outside the off stump. Punched into short extra cover. Very good fielding, and the batsman will have to be content with 1 run. This is very good bowling. Bowling to the field. They getting the batter to come on the front foot. Flighting it up. Trying to beat his eye line. That's the idea. Sadil Winjaya. Down the track he goes. That's in the air for a while, but then as he cleared that the cow corner over there, and the umpire says yes, it's been cleared. 4 more runs to the total. This is what they need to do. They've got to wait for that loose ball. Make sure. Punch that down the ground. Beautifully executed. Got to the pitch of the ball. Played it with a straight bat. Wonderful to watch. In the air for a while, but then very safe indeed. 35 in 16 deliveries. Down the track yet again, but then there is a fieldsman. This time he sort of punches it straight to the man at short extra cover. Gets himself a single. Brings the deficit down to 34 in 15 deliveries. Over number 8 in progress. Down the track, in the air for a while. We'll wait and see. What a brilliant catch. This is, I've never seen catches like this being taken in this tournament so far. But the catching by TRR has been exquisite. I'm just excited to watch that replay. That is what you call a match-winning catch. 34 runs, now the technologists lead. Watch this. Down the track he goes. Plays it upishly, taking the upper edge of the bat in the air. But what a brilliant effort there by the fieldsmen. Absolute commitment. Excellent technique. Kept his eye on the ball from the time it left the bat, one reckons. So wicket number 5 goes down with a score on 63. And this is becoming a very, very exciting game because we are almost into the penultimate over. And what they needed was a wicket, that's for sure. TRR are on a roll. They were on a roll with the bat. And let's see what the new batter can do. He's young Fernando, Mahoda Shah Fernando. Higher score of 60 not out, so he's no mark with the bat. He's got a very good strike rate. Look, 150. And that's a very good strike rate. He's got to bring all his skill levels here if he's to see his team through. Sadil. Punch down the ground. He's in the air for a while. Can it be caught now? Nope. Unfortunately, what a great effort. Did injure himself as well. Batsman are through for 1 run. There is a little bit of medical attention that's got to be given. He sort of went all out, dived, and he's hurt. I can see it on the screens. What is he nursing? Did he get himself? Was it the ankle? Well, the physio has been called. Obviously, the umpires are a little bit concerned. Let's watch that over again. In the air for a while. He did chase it well. You can see him going. Yup, he caught it. No, he dropped it, obviously, and then fell, I reckon, over his shoulder. So it could be a bit of a shoulder bruise. Watch it again. There he goes. Eye on the ball. Stretched at the last moment. Yeah, and fell flat. Yep, we keep showing that again because just see. Look at him, look at him, look at him. Eye on the ball. Almost there. He had to leap at it at the last moment. And I think, yes, he would have banged his elbow or his shoulder. Medical attention needed. The umpires are now calling for the physio. A stoppage of play. Is he okay? Is he on his feet? No, he's not on his feet. The doctor walking out to the middle. Up. That's the... Oh, it's the match referee. I'm sorry. I thought he was the doctor. Thanks, Adams, keeping me informed. 64 for 5. And the looks of it is he might need medical attention, I think. I reckon. Let's see. The equation 33 runs in 13 balls looks a little bit Herculean. Herein is still on the ground, so we need to keep an eye. We're joining our commentary, which is basically ball by ball on visuals that have been given to us here at the MCA. Important game, the target being 97. TRR did a sterling job, and the current run rate, the required run rate in fact, the current run rate is far below par. They have to have one big over, and I think the young man will be taken off the field. So I reckon that it was, he fell on his either shoulder. That could be the strong possibility. Meanwhile, Rishan Ishara is on 23 and then Fernando is batting on 11. Watch that. Stretches his hand, he misses the ball, and when he fell, I think he fell on his elbow. It could be an a bit of a concern. Is he having a bruise or a fracture is what they'll now assess. We don't have any news about him, but then he's being nursed. And let's see, still on the ground as you can see. So we do have a stoppage of play. So we'll go in for a commercial break and come right back.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා. මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කණ්ණාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDB එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Welcome back, 64 for 5. I'm sorry, we did have a stoppage of play trying to assess what the injury was, but then we'll try and keep you posted of what's happening. Okay, the 8th over is in progress here with the target being 97. Look at the current run rate is 8.17. So 33 runs needed in 13 balls. This could be Herculean, in all honesty. Rishad Ishara batting on 23 has to do all the batting here. He's got to try and retain strike as much as possible and try and push this score closer to the target. Right, let's see. Sardil. Up, that's a full toss. Will the umpire call that a wide? No, the umpire up. Let's... That's the end of the over, so 64 for 5.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දිග පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
Yeah, look, 33 runs needed in 12 balls. I'm sorry, the last ball, I mean, my co-commentator, Michael, just told me it was a bouncer. I really thought for a moment that it was a full toss, but it was a bouncer. No, I just lost sight of it myself. I can just imagine at times when batters lose sight of the bowling here. 33 needed in 12 deliveries. That's the equation. The required run rate looking very tricky indeed. As Kavin Kanangara being brought into the attack, he's taken 1 wicket for 10 runs and he's bowling the most important over. This is what he called the penultimate over. If he keeps it tight, his team is in to the next round. In he goes, right arm. He's quite quick. In the air. That's been taken on the half volley, punched in the air, and that'll run down for 4 runs. Beautifully executed. Just picked it from outside the off stump. Went through with the stroke. I mean, there is nothing that technologies can do from now on. Let's watch this replay. Yup, he just took it on the half volley into his arc. Left-hander's delight as he punched that ball down the ground. Played it in the air, but safe. Kavin, what will he do now? He's got to try and tighten things. He cannot be leaked for another boundary. Tall in stature. That's a Yorker length delivery, but dug it out very well indeed. And the batsman are through for a single. The ball trickled away off the outside edge of his bat into short extra cover. That'll do a world of good for Kavin because he's really controlled that delivery. 69 for 5. 28 runs needed in 10 deliveries. And from my viewpoint, I just feel that TRR have to bowl, let's say, 4 balls here, another 10 deliveries. They've got to be very miserly. Try not to leak a boundary because that could turn the tide of the game. Here is Kavin. That's an improvised stroke. Is it running down to the third man fence for a boundary? Intercepted just inside. The batsman will take 1. Will they take the third? They don't risk it. Good bit of fielding, good bit of commitment. 71 for 5. The run rate climbing higher and higher. 17.33. 26 runs needed in 9 deliveries. From my viewpoint, I think TRR have got this game well in control. They need 3 sharp deliveries in this over. That's a full toss. That is a full toss. Being punched down the ground to the sweeper cover arena just for a single. You can't do it in singles from here. And I'll tell you, the technology team, the batters know it very well. 72 for 5. 8.4 deliveries have gone by. 1 more over coming up after this over. And there are 2 balls left in this over. Run rate 8.31. Still below par. 8 balls, 25 runs. Let's see how it goes from here. Very well bowled indeed. Just back of a length. Oh, and there could be a run out. Yes, there is a run out. You just saw exactly what happened. There was no run in that. A delivery back of a length. Punch down to the right side of the fieldsman within his throwing range. And a brilliant throw back to the wicketkeeper. Watch it on the replay. There you see that. Right, that was a misfield actually by the fieldsman. He had to run to his right, picks it up, underarms that ball, beautifully done. Fantastic bit of fielding. And I think this game looks done and dusted as far as technologies are concerned. 72 for the loss of 6 wickets. And the required run rate is 21.43 in the final over. Final 11 balls.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ.
Coming up. Up, beautifully driven, but then there, straight to the man at the cow corner. Batsman will go through for a single. That's the end of quite a reasonable over, but a bit of an overthrow there. A little bit naughty, I think. And the batsman will take a couple of runs. So then 2 runs coming in that last ball. And the total trickles along to 74 for 6 at the end of 9.
මොනවද පේන්නේ කියමු.
CDB FD
දැන් කොහොමද?
CDB FD
ඔයාට කන්නාඩි ඕනේ නෑ. හොඳට දුර දෙක පේනවා.
දැනෙන පොලියක් දෙන CDP එක ඩිපොසිට් වෙනස්.
23 runs is what the target is there. You can see it on your screens in 6 balls. I tell you what, this is going to be very difficult indeed. And I think the writing is on the wall as far as technologies are concerned. They've played exciting cricket today. We saw them play in the last match when they won that game against Star Garments. But Rushanda Gamage, the former under-19 cricketer for Sri Lanka, bowling his gentle right arm off spinners. Runs in bowls. Tries to work it square on the offside. Tried to give himself some room, but the ball was definitely above his eye line. Couldn't improvise. Settles over his bat. Let's see what he can do now. That's taken on the half volley. Played rather uppishly, but square on the offside. Very well fielded. No, I'm so sorry. That was, he did all the hard work, ultimately dropped it in front of him, and the ball trickled away to the boundary line for 4 more valuable runs. But then, is it a little too late? Watch it. That was in the arc, just punched it down the ground. Good bit of fielding, but very unfortunate the ball rolled away from him. And that's straight down the ground yet again. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. It's 1 more boundary. Now they are dealing in boundaries. 15 runs in 3 balls. You need 1 big hit. You need to clear. You need a clearance out of the park to stay in contention. So this has been quite an expensive over so far. Let's see what happens here. And he's bowled him. Absolute cracker of a delivery on a line, on a length, in line with the stumps, and he's cleaned the timber. 9.4 overs have gone by, 82 for 7. 2 more balls to come, 15 runs to get. And if these 2 deliveries are legal, when of course what we are going through is the motions in here. So TRR will be disappointed. They will be thrilled. My apologies. It is technologies will be disappointed. They conceded 96 runs. They got into a little bit of a problem, especially in the second half of their bowling. They got thumped around a little bit, and they're paying the price for it now. 82 for 7. The batter is at the wickets. It's Kevin Pereira at the non-striker's end. We'll have it now on your screens. It's Chamod Ratnayaka. Yes, Chamod Ratnayaka, the batter. Wild swing, but the ball running away to mid-wicket. batsman will come for a single run only. Right, one more ball to get and you need 14 runs. So I reckon it's fair to say that this particular game is done and dusted. And TRR, that's put away in the air for a while. No harm done, runs down to the boundary line for 4 runs. But 3 boundaries coming in this over. Unfortunately, it all happened very late in the game. They should have had this type of over in the penultimate over, but that's not to be. 87 for 7. And TRR have won this game. Actually, a comprehensive win. We'll have the summary on the board for your reading pleasure. There it goes now. 87 for 7. And TRR have gone through to the next round. Infinity. Absolutely required run rate was very difficult indeed. And it's a great win here. Well, both teams gave it their best shot, but then one had to win. And sadly, technologies come second best in this encounter. Let's run through the scorecard once I have it on your screens. The general handshakes. And this is great camaraderie and sportsmanship. It's good for cricket. Happens around the world, even in the international arena, as you can see. Soon after the match, the players coming and greeting, thanking each other, the umpires and everyone. Handshake for the umpires as well. Here comes the batting card for you. Have a look at it. There was Avishkar 28 and Rishan Ishara 26. That's the only thing I can just talk home about, I reckon. And Manora Fernando making that 14 runs with 3 boundaries, which he executed actually in the last over. And just one extra, so they've been very miserly with the gloves. The wicketkeeper been done a sterling job. And the bowling, Velalage 2 for 10 runs. Of course, Kavin was a little bit expensive, 1 for 20. And of course, Vishal Rukshan 1 for 24. He just got a little bit of a bite. So recoveries have won this game by 9 runs. They are through to the next round. And technology, well, they gave it their best shot, but you can't win everything, can you? And here is the bowling card yet again. Let's have a look at the highlights now and just see how this game went in the second half of the game. Yep, punch down the ground. In the air for a while, that's cleared by a long mile. Yet again, India, a brilliant catch taken straight into the mid-wicket's hand. And here is the catch of the day for me. Wonderful catch. I mean, he cupped it beautifully. Brilliant to watch. And here is that caught and bowled. Another very good catch. Absolutely caught and bowled. Wonderful to watch. And that's trickled down the leg side and he got a bat to it. Very unfortunate way of getting out actually. The ball just going down the leg side and you try to work it off the pads. And then you get a little bit of an hit. And here is that huge 6. Very well executed. He picked it up from outside the off stump. And another one going down the ground. And that was lucky 4 runs. A bonus. Ball taking the inside edge. And here is another wonderful stroke for your looking pleasure, I dare say. And this was the catch that I really enjoyed myself. I think the catching has been very good. And the fielding, in fact, the ground fielding was excellent. There you can, now just look at this run out. He had the presence of mind to just underarm that ball to his wicket keeper. And brilliantly done. And we'll now come back for the match summary. This is the last over where 3 fours were thumped. But I just thought trying to close the gate after the horses bolted. That's the definition. The flurry of runs coming a little too late. And the gentle handshakes coming up. Right, that's our highlight package. Let's have a look at the summary now. Here we go. Recoveries batting first, 96 for 5. Gamage 31 of 19 deliveries. Rukshan, great support, 18 of 11 deliveries. And Piris, 14 of 10. The bowling, Jayatilaka 2 for 21. And 87 for 7 was all that they could muster in 10 overs. Recoveries win by 9 runs. So I need to take a short commercial break. And after you come back, we'll be having the next game with Michael starting proceedings.